here are the tips on how to play Super Mario Bros. Wonder the best that you can. Okay, starting with tip number 1.
Welcome to the Flower Kingdom.
We're going to demonstrate some of these at this level. Welcome to the Flower Kingdom. Tip number 1 is to use the D-pad over a joystick. So the D-pad, I think, has more precise controls versus the D-pad. So definitely want to try and adopt that. You're going to have more accurate platforming when you're using it, especially on the more difficult levels. The second tip is inventory management. So right now, we have one character that is big and one character that is small. So we have a mushroom in our inventory. If we get a power-up, we're going to get one mushroom because I'm small and one of the regular power. But if I would have gotten used my mushroom first, then we can get 2 of the good power-ups. So let me show you what that looks like. A better way to use your inventory is to power up any small characters, because for every small character that you have, when you get a power-up, you're going to get a mushroom. So now that we've used the mushroom, instead of 1, now we get 2 of the good power-up.
And we have one in our inventory.
And we have an extra in inventory, so it's a much better use to pay attention to where the power-ups are and what you have in your inventory. Tips 3 and 4 are with the elephants. So whenever you go through water as an elephant, whether it's water from a pot or water from a tube, then you have water in your trunk. You can use Y to use some of the water to do different things. So if you ever see these flowers here, you can water them, and they have special effects here. This one activates these tubes. It's a great way in some of the later levels to get some 10 coins, purple 10 coins, but even if you're not watering a flower, you can also get some free coins. It doesn't happen infinitely, but you know, it's good to use some coins. Some extra coins never hurt, right? Coin farming! The next tip is to use the elephant's trunk as an attack and defense system. One of the most important levels to do this in is this level, the Sharp Trial Launch to Victory. Every time you jump in this level is when these monsters jump out, and so it's a really good use of the trunk to defend your platform when you don't want to launch the creature out. We'll show this particular part of the level where this is useful, and I think this is why they give you the elephant power at the very beginning of this level. So this is the part where it's really useful. Don't jump and risk losing your creature here. Just use your elephant trunk to defend your platform. And this is one of the ways you can get the Wonder Flower this level, and also preserve the little creature inside.
Oh wait, what are we going to do? It's
the Jumpy Man!
Jumpy.
The next tip is I prefer the parachute cat badge more than any other badge because it gives you more time to think as you're falling, if you are falling from a great height. And it also makes almost every flagpole easier to get. If you have the time, you can float and you don't have to rush forward. So definitely recommend that badge. If you haven't played the level before, it's a great one to start any level up with off with. Thank you! When you're not able to have the parachute badge, which that's just my favorite, you don't have to always have that. The other recommendation I have is to use the twirl. If you are at the top of your jump and you press R, you get just a split second extra. Let's say you're a little too early, you can use that twirl to extend your air time to help you catch something that maybe you would have missed without using the twirl. I was just a little too early there on the spin, but I was able to get that purple coin because I was ready with the twirl. Just like that. It also gives you some more left to right ability as well to kind of come back out of. Whee! Nice. High five. Our next tip is for when you're using the invisibility badge, specifically for the badge challenges, and there are also some special levels that require you to use this invisibility. badge. So the tip is bring a friend. When you're invisible, here you can use the outlines of the shadow, but when you don't have the outlines, it's really nice to be able to have that crown, which is always above your head, or at least one of your heads. So here, I can't see my shadow, but because I have the crown, and here I'm holding the pot, sometimes on the special levels, you don't get the luxury of holding a pot. But with that crown, I can see myself very easily just where I am.
No, thank you sometimes.
Thank you, for sure. The other thing is the twirl jump gives you a little bit of an air, like left to right thing that you can see. You can see I'm doing it now. That helps quite a bit as well. So let's... The twirl spin jump gives you a little bit of an animation there. But that... Bringing a friend on these, or even if you don't have a friend, just do another controller, do 2-player, and you'll have a crown, you'll have a ghost floating around that's not being played with, but absolutely recommend it. So much easier. It makes these levels much easier to do. Whee!
Hey, go for this.
There may be a time when an opportunity passes for everybody in the party to go through a level. If you want the whole party to be reunited, the people that are behind can just tap L and R, and then they turn into a ghost, and then they can swim over to where you are, and the party can be reunited. If you're ever in a place where you can walk around freely, there is usually a place where a hidden prompt of A shows up. This is like a Captain Toad sneak tube. Like a preview tube of a world that you're about to go to. If you find Captain Toad, he'll reward you with some purple coins. So here's one of the Captain Toad locations. Another Captain Toad location is back here. See that hidden prompt of A. There are some Captain Toad locations that are rewards for secret exits in a level, but these are the ones where you walk around freely and find him.
Yep.
Here is another Captain Toad location, back behind here, behind this wall. You get that hidden prompt of A. There's a secret tube. And this one brings you to the Shining Falls. Another tip is to know when the world is all the way complete. So each level has the title of the level and then the difficulty star. It shows whether or not you've reached the top of the flagpole. And then it shows the Wonder Seeds, and if you've gotten all 3 10 coins, there's kind of a stamp. It's kind of not completely visible, but you can see the flower outline with the check mark. That means that that level is complete. Completely complete. For the hidden exits, so for example, this Piranha Plants on Parade, if you only had 2 Wonder Seeds here, you would not get that stamp. And then, once the whole world is complete, at the very top, you'll see that the number of Wonder Seeds, 35 in this case, has it's kind of in like a green or a teal color, combined with that same stamp image on the whole world at the top. So you can see this world's complete, you can go through. When you're trying to complete the game at 100%, this is a really great way to go through each level and make sure you get the top of the flagpole, all the Wonder Seeds, all the purple coins, and just everything. So here is a really good way. This shows just that stamp image by itself, saying that this level is complete. Just like that. The next tip is almost always hold Y to run. So here I'm just walking regularly. You can see it's very small or very slow, especially on levels where you need to chase after something or catch up or be very quick. It's a really good idea to just hold Y. Now you can see how much faster I am. And what I'd recommend is holding Y and then just pressing both Y and B when you need to jump. So almost all the time, hold Y, and then just when you need to jump, press both at the same time. So this will help. Sometimes the skedaddlers are still too fast, but you'll catch up faster. Just like that. The next tip is when you're holding a stunned enemy, there's going to be a vibration and an animation right before the enemy pops out. If you don't let go in time, you will get hurt. So whenever you feel that vibration or you see that animation, go ahead and let go right before you see it. And that should keep you safe. The next tip is if you ever have water in your elephant trunk when you finish a level, then you spit that water out onto the poplin, and the poplin blooms, which I think is just such a fun detail. Like, hey, here's some mouth water. Bleh.
Oh, I'm in the puppy.
And there's a little rainbow. The next tip is bring your friend along. So you can use this with standees, but I find it's really helpful also to have a second player here, so one person can try and one person hangs back. This is an excellent example how you can just take a chance. So whenever you're ready, Elias, you go forward.
Oh.
And then if he doesn't make it, then that's okay. And you can either...
Be mad.
Did you make it?
Oh.
Oh, you got the coin.
Oh.
You can make it. You can make it.
Oh,
Oh, you were so close.
I was supposed to.
But with this technique, you don't have to start the whole level over or go back to the checkpoint. So it's good to communicate with your friend and say, hey, you hang back and I'm going to try it. And then maybe we can take turns. Do you want me to take turns?
Yes.
Can I try? Okay, I'm going to try.
Try.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not good. I don't like that one. Oh, yikes. Oh, okay. 1, 2. Oh, that's it. I made it. And then the other person can bubble up to you, or they can make it themselves right after.
Yippee! Yup.
The next tip is to try every tube. So here's just a random tube. Sometimes tubes will be mixed with other tubes. Try every one and you might find a secret. This is really important if you're going for every purple coin or every medal. There we go. There is a 10 coin hidden in there. And down here there's also a star, I think. Ooh, star time!
Boom, 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 stop.
The next trick is these big snails and big shells can be held by the elephant power. So when you're in the elephant power, you can hold those, and it's really useful for multiple parts of the game. And it'll unlock a lot of special pen coins and power-ups in special areas if you do it. So keep that in mind. If you see a big turtle shell, you can use it as an elephant. Just kind of-
What?
The next tip is if you don't have a badge that can bring you up really high, for example here, you can use a bubble and jump on the bubble. There you go. Isn't that fun? Well, there's even something more secret up here. So come all the way up here, and it combines with our next tip is hit every block. You don't know what will be inside a block, a 1-up, or maybe something else. So the question blocks, for sure hit those, but hit every other block too, because you don't know. Here, these can bring you to a special part of the level.
Like.
Leave no block unbroken. The next tip is if you ever manage to kill a lot of enemies at once, you'll get a 1-up. Alright, so let's try and do that with all those birds without the POW block now, and we'll see if we can get a 1-up. It'll go from like good to great to wonderful. And if you kill enough of them, then you can get a 1-up. So here, instead of hitting the POW block, we'll see if we can get a 1-up. Super, fantastic, excellent, incredible, wonderful, 1-up, 1-up, 1-up. So here we got 3 1-ups. The next tip is always look at the shape of the level. So here, the shape of the outside of the level, you can see there's a notch out at the top here, kind of in the shape of one of those long question mark blocks. So if you swim up there, and you're like, why is that shape a little different? You'll reveal a secret. This is a great way to help you along if the level you didn't get all the 10 coins, or maybe you're missing a wonder seed, or a wonder flower location, or a secret exit. Always look at the shape of a level. We'll show one more example of this. Here's another example where the shape of the level is something you should pay attention to. So you're coming up through here, and instead of going right, you can see that there's a platform on the left. So you can either use an enemy or, wow, that was an amazing jump. Can you jump all the way up there? How did you jump that? And back here, there's a secret. Isn't that fun? All right, ready for the last tip?
Yep.
The last tip is how to get as many 1-ups as you need.
That's
So First, you need to kill this con dart. A bubble does a really good job of that. And then you want to destroy all of the blocks on the left,
All of them?
one on the right.
One.
Kill the Koopa Troopa. You want to kick it right there so it lands there. And then you want to hover right between these two here. There we go.
99.
Worth it. We got hit a few times, but it was worth it, right?
Yeah.
So-
With it.
Thanks for watching our tips and trick video about Mario Wonder.
Pretty long.
Yeah, but we did it, right?
Yeah.